In this lesson, we're going to talk about selling your inventory. So there's various stages you can start with. You can start with an estimate. As you can see on the workflow, you can convert it to a sales order, and ultimately you want it to become an invoice. So I'm going to walk through those steps real fast. Once it becomes an invoice, I'll show you what it does to the inventory value. So I'm just going to keep this real simple. I've promised that I'm selling this for $250 to ABC Plumbing. I'm going to save this estimate. They call us on the phone and say, I want it. So luckily I already have it on hand because I created a purchase order in the lesson before this. I'm going to create a sales order. Okay. So this is just saying, yes, that they've agreed to purchase this, but I'm waiting for it to come in. All right, I want to show you that as far as the sales order goes, when you go into your item list and you're looking at QB Pro, it shows one on hand and it shows one on a sales order. So that's the inventory. The point is the inventory is still there. We haven't done anything, but we've let the system know that it's on a sales order. So we've already got this designated for a customer. So if you're managing inventory, you'll want to know, oh, I have one on hand, but oops, it's on a sales order. Okay. So once it's on a sales order, then you're going to create, so the products come in, we received it. It's on hand. We've received it in the prior lesson. The product's in hand and we're ready to sell it. So we're going to go to customers. There's several ways to get here from the home page, but ultimately you want to create invoices. And as you type in the customer's name, it's going to ask you, do you want to create an invoice from estimate, the sales order, create a new invoice? Well, I did the workflow of estimate to sales order just to keep it all tied together. I'm going to select the middle part. Or I could just do a brand new invoice, but I like it all tied together so you have things to look up. So I'm going to select that, so it copies everything over for me. I want it to create it for everything, one whole item. And then over here, I'm going to put the date into January because we really didn't sell this until January. So everything copied over, what we agreed to. I don't have to think about it. It's got the sales tax and everything. The customer is all aware of it. I'm going to save it, and I want to show you what this looks like on I'm not going to email it, on a profit and loss. So back to the item code list. So inventory on hand, nothing. Sales order, nothing. There's your price. So now we're going to look at the profit and loss, and here is the merchandise as you sold it and your cost of goods sold for this one item. And it's all showing in January because we have this on accrual basis. If I flip this to cash, it doesn't even show, it shows some old stuff. So this is based on accrual basis. We received the inventory. We received it on the date in January and we sold it in January. Now the bill hasn't been paid and the invoice hasn't been paid, so cash basis won't work unless it's paid on that same time. We prefer accrual basis because it gives you an idea of the date that it was sold and the date that it actually came in. It gives you very good management information. So that shows you how to sell the item and how it looks on your P&L when you're finished, how it shows as cost of goods sold. And then this is your gross profit. You can also do this to see what the percentage of the income is. And that shows you there's a 50% margin. So these can be really helpful reports. And that is how you sell your inventory.